Hey Scorpio, welcome to your May 2020 tarot reading with me. I know these videos are very late. We only have just a few short days left of May, but I still want to record these messages for those who might find these videos later on and who want to reflect on what the hell happened in May. I don't know about you guys, but I think May was a very crazy month, and I do know that there's a lot going on astrologically, so I can only imagine what's going on as far as our day-to-day lives and like reality. Especially you, Scorpio. We did have a full moon in Scorpio this month. I love your guys' energy. It was very emotionally stabilizing. I have a whole video dedicated to that full moon if you guys want to check your sun, moon, and rising and cross-watch the messages that came out in that video. And I have a Taurus new moon video up as well, and I'll have a Gemini new moon reading coming soon. I just want to finish these tarot readings for May 1st before there is no more May 2020. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start out with an oracle card. This is the Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection cards. I love these cards. Change is always good. Scorpio is what we have at the bottom of the deck. I just pre-shuffled these cards to get ready for you. So some of you guys might be going through change. You know, I know a lot of Scorpionic energy brings change. So there's definitely a lot of change going on between now and June 7th, the Sagittarius full moon. So yeah, this is going to definitely be like literally a message. We're going to give the universe a third house to speak to you, Scorpio. Okay, because of Gemini season. We did have Taurus and Gemini season. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But this is for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Scorpio, I just saw the word forgive. I think this is the same card that came out for Libra. So it's interesting. Yeah, Cancer and, well, it must have been Virgo. I don't know. They got the same cards, and you're getting the same card as Libra. So if you have Libra energy, or if you're dealing with a Libra in any way, you might want to watch that reading, because you're getting the same card. And I did shuffle these guys. What would love do? So do you know why it's so easy for us to find the unseen? Wait, do you know why it's so easy for us in the unseen to quickly pinpoint your whereabouts? You leave behind footprints of love. Aw, P.S. The legend of Bigfoot still continues. These cards are really sarcastic and funny, but you know, it's the words that stick out to me that'll matter. And you know, leave behind footprints of love. What would love do in the situation that you endured in May? Okay, so we've got a similar vibe to Libra, but the bottom of the deck is different for you. We have things are not as they appear. Yeah, they're not. Nothing is ever what it appears when there's a full moon in like Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, because there's a lot of mysteriousness going on there, a lot of mystery. Things are not as they appear. The lower the price of your love, the higher its value. Brain freeze the universe. The lower the price of your love, the higher its value. This is a brilliant message to come out for you in Taurus season. We experienced Taurus season at the beginning of May. So let's take that opportunity, do something new, something different. Things are not as they appear. Let's take that opportunity to talk a little bit right now as we move into the tarot cards. Beginning of May was Taurus season. You know, the end of April, we had a new moon in your 7th house. So Taurus, for you Scorpio, sun, moon, and risings out there watching, is very important vibration because it's right across from you as your polar opposite on the zodiac wheel. So it really does mirror you. So yeah, the sun was there. We had a lot of energy in Taurus in May, and it's moved into Gemini now. So basically, May is all about your 7th house and your 8th house, Scorpio. So even you have an 8th house, which is Gemini. So that's interesting that you as a Scorpio out there are about to go through energy that matches you, that death and that transformation. So beginning of May, relationships, partnerships, relationships in all ways, friendships, siblingships, business ships, all ships, Scorpio. The relationship you have, the partnerships you have with other people, places, and things. Other people were very important in the beginning of May. But then we move into a very deep, secretive, intimate place of your chart, which is Gemini. Especially for your Scorpio rising. If you want to watch for your rising, that might resonate a lot more than your sun, okay? But we're going to check, the bottom of this deck. I shuffled, okay, Scorpio, you weren't that hard to connect with this month. It just took me about 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes. But I do what it takes in order to connect to the energy. And I see the death card now. So this may be a message that you guys are going through in May as well. We have the 8 of Wands. Okay, this is the first card behind you in my reading, Scorpio. So there was a lot of movement in May, looking back. Now, I do feel something here about August, because we have the Eight of Wands. I don't know why, but August is the eighth month out of the 12. So I don't know if you have to wait a couple more months, wait till Leo season for something. But regardless, for all of you, this is fast change on the rise and on the movement because of your full moon. The Eight of Wands is communication online, very quick, okay? Everything focusing in one direction. This is travel, usually by airplane. I'm not sure what's going on right now with that, but some of you guys could definitely be traveling like in a car or just a long distance away, you know what I mean? 8 hours away for some of you, I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, Scorpio, there's some communication that's important to you. Now we move on and we have the Queen of Cups, which is a female you. The Queen of Cups is definitely a female Scorpio to me. It could be a Pisces or a Cancer, and it doesn't have to be a female. It can be a male. But if you are a female watching, if you identify with she and female energy, there's a message coming to you, Scorpio, is what I hear. And for some of you, it might be a message coming to a water sign woman that might be important, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Maybe you are dealing with another Scorpio. I see 2 Scorpios here. One that is specifically and purposely identified as female because this is the emotion, this is the nurturing, this is the intuitive side of you, Scorpio, male. It doesn't matter if you're a male or female. And I will say this is emotional communication. This is intimate communication. This is communication where you have to kind of warm yourself up to open yourself up emotionally, because this is definitely going to be emotional communicating. This might be a conversation emotionally that takes place between you and another person at some point in May that changes your perspective on stagnancy. It changes your perspective on enlightenment and not doing anything. There may be surrender or sacrifice that is worth mentioning. We have the planet Neptune. So we do have a Pisces woman here. Or your perspective is changing on emotion, Scorpio. Okay, which happens every year around this time for you of your full moon in Taurus season. And it's going to happen 6 months from now on your birthday as well. So your perspective is changing from now until then. You may be putting a small lid on your emotion. It's like, I feel like this is communication coming to most of you, but it could also be communication coming from you, because I'll show you what I'm seeing here. I don't know which one is you, if you're the Queen of Cups or if you're the Death card, or if you're both. But in this case, communication is coming from you to someone else. In this case, communication is coming to you if this is you. So you'll have to let me know how that resonates. But I'm just reading as I see. There's movement emotionally. Someone here is trying to be very stable, very mature. The Queen of Cups has mastered emotion. She's very sensitive and very intuitive and very kind and compassionate. But she's smart enough to know that she can't always share that, but that's what you're becoming enlightened on. There might have been some stagnancy. This is interesting. The Eight of Wands is very quick movement emotionally, and then in order to stabilize something, you may try to hang your emotions up a little bit, Scorpio. Put a lid on it, because you need some time to think about something before all this attention comes in. You need some time to just this is that quarantine energy of just hanging around, laying around, meditating. Very spiritual energy here with Neptune. There may be illusions and confusion, but in order to, any confusion in May that you faced, the way out of that was to just go inward and do nothing. Give yourself a break. You may be on a break with someone. It's like, I can't do anything but sit here with my feelings. The only thing we can do really is communicate. That's the only way to move forward in May, for most of us. So about the stagnancy, yeah, you may even be praying, meditating. You just need calm energy. Some of you are sleeping more during this time of stagnancy. I actually love, this is such a Pisces vibration. Someone here may sleep a lot. There may be dreams or anything, but you're becoming enlightened. Some of you have started doing some kind of yoga or something, or praying or meditating, listening to music. It's like there's just a lot of peace during this stagnancy. This is what you were allowed to obtain during the times in May where we were at home, just chilling there, allowing yourself to. It was very great, Scorpio, because it's like the first card is this. There are things in your life moving fast, isn't there? Okay, it doesn't have to be physical. It could be mental. It could be spiritual. But there is something in all Scorpio's life. Maybe it's just the Scorpio energy. The Scorpio full moon comes in and changes things quickly. There's a lot of movement, and you're just trying to remain spiritually and emotionally grounded while you go through this fast forward movement. And there's going to be moments where you need to take time, okay, because there's a lot of recognition coming. There's a lot of promotion. There's a lot of acknowledgement and attention coming for you, Scorpio, and you're going to have a lot of options, okay? You're going to have a lot of different directions to leap in, and these are all coming into your view and in your clarity and into the no in May. You're going to discover, wow, I can go here and travel here. Someone wants to travel to a warmer place. They want to have a vacation or something here with the sun and the Fool. Packing your bags and just saying, fuck it. Okay, travel lightly, I'm hearing. So warmer weather here. Someone here, there might be a new child. There's a Leo and an Aries here, but this just like a new beginning, a leap in the right direction when it comes to happiness. But you've got to end a burden first, right? You're waiting. Excuse me. You guys are waiting for something to resurrect, this new spark. You're waiting to put down 10 wands so that you can just pick up a new one. Yeah, there's definitely a new, yeah. Got the Two of Cups and the the Lovers. So yeah, some of you have a huge decision to make. This is twin flame, soulmate. There's a reconciliation here, a choice to get back with somebody. Maybe it's a Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Strong emotional bond here that you might have with someone in a long distance. Choice between two people, perhaps. Maybe this becomes highlighted further in Gemini season. I really like these cards because it shows a connection and then like something divine in between. See the two winged creatures. There's an angel, first of all, and then a lion. Archangel Raphael, I believe. So there's some emotional communication taking place between these two people that are far away, but there's a connection. And I'm just not sure if someone has to like walk away emotionally from a different situation. It's very hard for water signs to be in multiple situations emotionally, okay? Here's this King of Cups. So I don't know if you had to walk away from a water sign. Yeah, because there's definitely an ending for a water sign here. If this is you, Scorpio, this is you. I see ahead. Like, this is the Scorpio full moon and the endings that are going to take place around May 7th and June 7th. Full moon cycle. This is you walking away to calmer water, Scorpio. Maybe from a Taurus. Maybe you left a commitment. Maybe you left someone who was attached and like juggling too much. You know, they were cut off. They were a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius or something like that. But this right here is definitely the Scorpio full moon. It gave you the ability again to master your emotion. This is the Scorpio vibe. See that full moon in the corner? You walked away. You're walking towards fulfillment. You're walking away from an ending. There has been. You look back on May, there was a lot of pain. Maybe even betrayal, backstabbing energy. But just the light at the end of the tunnel though, Scorpio. Because this situation is surrounded by you having to leave a person, place, or thing. It could be a home or an environment, a family situation, a relationship. But either way, you need to get your emotions in check like you do. You know, you're always protected. In this case, you need to commit to finding calmer water, to heal from endings so that you can walk away towards your fulfillment. Alright? And that's when you're going to have this choice. That may put a distance between you and a person. You may walk away from one person and connect with another, but you know these new sparks that are resurrecting for you. Did you think that you're going to have a Scorpio full moon and have the 7th house of relationships going on and just not have any new sparks? Could be a sexual conversation here, or there may be a resurrection of passion between you and a person for the second time, and that puts you at a choice, especially if you're already dealing with someone, because there is someone new. There might be a new spark. I don't know. But either way, this is an investment. This may involve letting down or ending a burden of continuing to wait on something to grow in another area of your life. Because this right here is calling, and you don't want to miss out on this flight. Because this is going to be your happiness. You might be dealing with a Leo. You may have kids. Okay, someone here travels with kids. But obviously, what I just all talked about, I would say that there's a lot of options. There's options there for relationships. There's options there for, adventure and exploring. The thing is you just need to make a choice. I don't know if this is about like giving attention to multiple things or having multiple options as far as being acknowledged, but you got to cut through that confusion and make a choice. Be acknowledged for that choice and that feeling. This is like a choose your own adventure. This is definitely a choose your own adventure. But the thing is, Scorpio, some of these options are a bit more clear, a bit more happier. You know the direction that you want to leap, because first of all, back here with this Judgment card, you do feel very called to this new passion. You do feel very called to the passion and the sex and the intimacy that you feel with this person. Could be a Gemini that you're dealing with. Some of you, this is someone from the past. But either way, we've got it. Recognition after you heal. Okay, after you hung here for a bit with Neptune and allowed these illusions to come in, I feel there are certain illusions to consider in the 8th house because it is dark, but you guys are able to purify that. You're able to sit here without, only Scorpio can move without moving beneath those deep waters. Okay, you guys are the still waters. Basically, there's movement going on around you, but here you sit confidently, comfortably as the Queen of Cups. But yeah, that resonates with some of you out there. That's the May lineup before we start shuffling. And it's like Scorpio just has somewhere they want to go, has something they want to communicate, something they want to say, or someone feels that way about you. But here's the card for the entire month of May. The most important energies, what's moving in your emotions, how you can continue to stay stable throughout all the different change going on. Even though you're going through all this change, this is what it is, Scorpio, is you're going through all this change emotionally, yet physically here you sit. It's quarantine. So just do your best to heal what's coming up in you. And we're back at the Death card. So I love this card. This is definitely you. A lot of change. I mean, we're definitely going through that Grim Reaper, resurrection, death, rebirth, transformation, rising from the ashes of the Phoenix energy. So, and that energy was fully illuminated on May 7th. And that full moon definitely changed a lot of the ways that people felt. Not surprised at all to see you walking away emotionally, because Scorpio full moon revealed raw connections to people. And it's like, you know how that energy is. You got to be able to connect. And I do see a relationship like that starts out as sex and passion first, but there is emotion there, Scorpio. So let's see, Scorpio, we have the Ten of Wands coming out as I say that. So we started May a bit heavy, huh? We know that this card has come up for you already. Yeah, there's a lot that you're carrying. This is the first card out. So it's the most powerful. It's the most relevant. It's setting the tone and the pace for everything else that follows. Keep in mind, what would love do in this situation, right? In this heavy situation. But this could happen at any time in May, guys. I'm just going to read it as the beginning of May because that's how I like to keep things like kind of, you know, just organized. So some of you very much could have came into May feeling really heavy. Came into May was just heavy, a heavy ass month, right? May, there's a lot of hard work here, a lot of responsibility. This could be things in your past that you're carrying. This could be, you know, energy from April, energy from March, April, just burdens that you carried with you into May that you may still be carrying throughout the month. They look to be in regards to maybe emotion. Okay, so you feel like you're carrying a lot, Scorpio. There's different ways to be burdened: mentally burdened, spiritually burdened, physically, financially burdened. This looks to be like burdens that are coming to you guys through synchronicity, through emotion, through intuition, through new love. You know, you need to find a new way to express the heaviness that you feel throughout May, all right? For sure. Page of Cups. What's behind the Page of Cups? We have the Ace of Pentacles. So wow, there's two energies here of newness. The Page is quite new, and this could be you, a Scorpio. It's usually a Pisces though. Could be Cancer as well, but it's like maybe a younger water sign or a child. The way a child feels and how that's burdening you may be important to mention. But we do have something here maybe about new love. But what I think is this is about finding, the pages find new ways. They have approached this cup, this wand, this sword, this pentacle in a very new way. This is not the King of Cups. This is someone who has, even if you are the King of Cups, Scorpio, there's always more to learn, right? Especially when you realize that you're feeling heavy in new areas, okay? So this might be love burdens. You know, keep in mind, this is a fertile card as well. So, you know, be careful with that. But let's be real here. The stagnance that we talked about, this Neptune energy, you know, you're changing your perspective about a new beginning that you were offered, some kind of lump sum of money. If this is a love offer, this is very misleading, because this would be like, oh, you know, I like you. I might even be having feelings for you. I don't know if the Page of Cups expresses his love, like, I love you, but this is definitely like a crush, like I like you, I'm starting to like develop feelings for you kind of thing. Page of Cups definitely expresses his love and says I love you in songs and in poetry and stuff like that, but in having a hard time speaking here. Mainly, in most cases, this is someone who just has the beginning stages of love, the beginning stages of being a child or a parent. But with the Ace of Pentacles, it's misleading because this little page has a lot to offer. This is coming to a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Something's being offered. See how the hand is coming to, that they're facing each other. So, I don't know. You got to get rid of some kind of burden to even figure out what this even was, because you were in a place of stagnancy. This is one of those things that you're getting acknowledgement for. So, if you are this Page of Cups, Scorpio, there's going to be something you need to release you from stagnancy. And, you know, follow the synchronicities about this new opportunity, because it might be about money, or it's something you need to release you from stagnancy. And this something you need is going to literally change your perspective about something. This is something you've been manifesting with the Magician. This whole slab of messages just came out. Someone's dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus. You're leaving behind commitments that were detached. There's definitely an ending here with a commitment, and you walk away from that emotionally. There's going to be a choice because you done manifested a new love, a new choice, a new connection is manifested in May, and that's the truth that you gained from the situation. But I'm telling you, you got to end some kind of heaviness. All of you guys know what was heavy at the beginning of May and throughout May. So let's see. What else do we have for Scorpio? We have the Two of Swords, heavy decision making, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So the reason why something's heavy, and this could go either way, it's like either someone isn't deciding something, which is making it heavy, or either something's heavy and that's why someone can't decide. See how these two energies play off each other? All right, so beginning of May, there was like a huge burden, and because of that, yeah, there was some kind of action that you couldn't take. This could be in regards to Aries, Leo, Sag. We have a Leo here. Leo, there could be, you know, cross watchers, whatever. You might have that in your chart, but just to keep it safe so that all you resonate, there was just something in regards to your confidence. This could be a man. I don't know if you identify as man or female. We all have masculine and feminine. King of Wands is a natural born leader. Okay, he wants to do something. He's enthusiastic. He's confident. All right, he's mastered the art of expression, and we got an Aquarius here as well. So there might be an Aquarius in Leo that is significant. If so, they're opposite signs. This is opposite energy. Someone here wants to take an action. When it comes to something that'd be inspiring, it would be very, very renewing. And this is something that they'd like to take action on at the beginning of May because they think it's destined. This is someone who gets a lot of attention. No wonder there was the Six of Wands. Someone here gets a lot of recognition, and they may have fire energy in their chart, that because that's not very Scorpionic. Scorpios are usually very hideaway-y. They're very secretive. Not that there isn't Scorpio celebrities. I mean, Drake's a Scorpio, you know. But I'm just saying that, yeah, someone here, this is fame. You know, someone here, the King of Wands with the star, that's someone who's very confident, has fame, is a star, is seen a lot, okay? Or this is just something that someone's wishing for, fame. Like, someone here is kind of a little celebrity here, but there's a missed opportunity. I don't know if it's because of all this virus stuff going on, or if someone wasn't emotionally available. Someone here may not even be satisfied. Okay, and that's why they're kind of wanting to take action with this star card. And we have a Virgo here too. There might have been a missed opportunity, yeah, because of quarantine, because of, I don't know if something was shut down. I don't know how this messed up, but the Hermit card is isolation and solitude. And that's the stay-at-home order. And we have the High Priestess. Someone here may have a Virgo moon, or maybe the moon was transiting Virgo. Maybe you're going inward to reflect on your secrets, Scorpio. That's going to be a vibe for you. And yeah, wow, we have a lot of major arcana here when it comes to this Four of Cups. So this was a missed opportunity. Maybe a Virgo, Pisces, Cancer was important, but this was like, yeah, I'll tell you what, if you're out there and you have a hunch, or you feel intuitive about a certain opportunity that you don't want to miss, or you felt that way in May, you're dead right. Like, your intuition here, you are feeling this Wheel of Fortune, this Jupiter energy, okay? You're feeling but the problem is we even though all that beautiful energy is behind there, this all is bubbling in somebody at the beginning of May, and you feel this fire. You may even react angrily because you can't make this decision. There's an action someone wanted to take in regards to all of that, but it's a very hard decision. You have to end a burden first. Let's continue. Out wanted to come out, that Page of Cups, and that, yeah, maybe you needed a lump sum of money. Maybe you're waiting for a love offer to offer you something more stable, something you needed in order to start over in love, or in a situation. You're waiting on that. So what else do we have for Scorpio for the beginning of May? Show me the beginning of May. We have the Ace of Swords, another ace. So you need truth. There was some kind of truth or new thought. This is interesting to have the Two of Swords and the Ace of Swords. That's damn near the Three of Swords minus the heartbreak. So there still may be an indication here of the Three of Swords if you know what that card's about. But I'll just stick to what's on the table here. Someone here is going to gain new perspective and victory over a situation that was stagnant. Someone here was just waiting heavily, with a lot of heavy thoughts on their mind. But then as we progressed through May, and what do you know, we get closer to the Scorpio full moon that took place on the 7th, because this is like the first 2 weeks. It gave you clarity, specifically to what was not equally being given and taken between a situation. We got 2 people here at the bottom and 1 person in the middle. I don't know which one you are, Scorpio. You gotta figure out if you resonate more with those who are in need of help or someone who is being asked for help. But the truth came out here. Something was given to you that gave you clarity. This is the card of charity. Okay, you got clarity and charity here. But this was about a home environment, fulfillment. Okay, so there might be something being given to you here. Someone might have helped you with your rent, or you might be letting someone stay with you, or they might be letting you stay with them. But this looks to be like something that's very financially balancing in a home situation that's emotionally fulfilling. Could be a relationship as well. But we have a Leo here, so we do have Leo. Okay, Leo has showed up a couple times. Someone here may be trying to hold themselves back. Okay, I don't know from what. Okay, and we have the Knight of Swords. So this is Gemini and Leo. Okay, Gemini and Leo energy. If there's a Leo here, they may want to rush in and say something. If there's a Gemini here, they may be linked to someone's holding themselves back from saying something too fast or too quickly here. Okay, and I don't know if it's because someone here, if they find out someone's single, that someone rushes right in to tell someone that they're single or something, some kind of situation. Someone apologizes very quickly for an argument. I don't know what's going on here. Someone may live with a Leo here, but either way, the truth came in. One of these decisions or one of these paths are more true than the others. And what do you know? I cannot make this up. So there is an indication of the Three of Swords. I said that here with the 2 and the 1. I said this is like the Three of Swords minus the heartbreak. Well, here comes the heartbreak. Okay, and I'm glad that clarity came in. This was clarity that may have broke someone's heart. It might be a truth that broke someone's heart. 1 second. Yeah, this is like the truth came out about deception, betrayal, a third party, and this is why you or someone else couldn't make a decision. We have a lot of air here. 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords, 3 of Swords. This right here is almost like the 4 of Swords, which we already had in your lineup. That's that healing meditative. So this situation, the truth that comes in, or the truth that you know is on your mind, that you know is going to break your heart or someone else's at the beginning of May. You may have to meditate on that, pray about that, you know, give yourself some time to just be by yourself and think. Now, I will say this is heart-to-heart conversations, okay? Is this the message about your heart and your head? No, that message came out for someone else. That was, yeah, you got the same message as some sign, I forget now, but okay, yeah. Someone here needs to speak from the heart-to-heart conversations at the beginning, a couple weeks of May, first 2 weeks, during Taurus season, of course, where relationships are important. This is right around the time of that full moon. I would say the full moon in Scorpio did break our heart with the truth and clarity. You know what I mean? This is like breaking somebody's heart with the truth rather than saving their feelings with a lie. That is like Scorpio. If you're on the receiving end of that, Scorpio would much rather be broken with the truth, because chances are they intuitively know, you know, the truth anyway. So yeah, in the bottom of the deck is that Hanged Man. So this is why there's stagnance. This is what changed your perspective in May, is the truth that broke your hearts. Okay, there are 2 swords in your mind, there's 3 in your heart, but there's victory between this. I don't know if you have to choose between 2 people, and it's like, I feel very led to tell you, Scorpio, that you know your truth, because your truth is much less heavier than this lie, because there is lies and stuff on the table. So we need to, I didn't realize we already 28 minutes in this video, so there's a lot of stagnance here. Let's quickly see how the end of May progressed for you. Give me the ending of May. So we have the 4 of Wands, interesting. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or someone here is trying to be very, very stable. We have the 5 of Swords with the Queen of Swords. So there was 2 queens at the bottom of each of these cards. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. So either that's an earth sign or air sign woman. Someone here is communicating very sharply and very quickly and very clearly, and that might start arguments. Okay, if you're dealing with confliction, especially if this is coming up under the 2 of Swords, which is someone doesn't want to make a decision because the truth will start an argument, especially if you're dealing with a wedding or a marriage or home environment, parties, celebrations, commitments, anything like that, there's arguments there, okay? There's definitely an argument. There's some heavy stuff going on in a marriage or in a home environment, but someone's taking on the Queen of Swords. If this isn't you, Scorpio, it could be an Aquarius woman. It could be a Libra woman, or Gemini even. This could be Gemini season, but if this is you, if this is anybody, it's just someone who really knows their clarity. She's the queen of her words. She says what she means what she says, She's cutting things out, no longer juggling. Even if that starts an argument, you know, someone here just may not want to fight anymore. They're putting down their sword because they've got some things to decide. Okay, so that makes sense. Give me the very end of May, like the last few days of May 2020 for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have the Sun card. So again, we have clarity matching clarity. Yeah, look. But at the bottom of the deck is not so clear energy. It's the High Priestess. Being intuitive, intuitively seeing. We got Leo Moon here. We got the Sun and the Moon. So the new moon in Gemini really, I don't know if there was an argument just before then, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, but the new moon, yeah. This is about what you can see and what you can't see. Following your intuition about sights. Could be a Pisces, Cancer, Leo that is important to mention here, but you want to follow your intuition at the end of May, Scorpio, because we have some unexpected news coming in. And again, I see Leo moon is important. And, you know, the moon will be transiting Leo as we end May. Right now, it's in Cancer, probably already in Leo. So I want to say the 27th, the 28th, the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. Those days there might be some unexpected tower. Someone may express something unexpected to you, but you want to follow your intuition, because we've got Mars here, we've got the moon and Mars, and this might be in regards to Aquarius, some kind of project you've been working on, again, some kind of missed opportunity. All right, I don't know if you're dealing with a Virgo or Aquarius, but yeah, follow your intuition at the end of May, friends. Okay, that's what I'm seeing, even though, especially because we just heard my watch go off too. So give me the very end of May. This is like the 27th. So give me, like, you know, the 30th, the 31st. How does Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising end May 2020 and go into June? Interesting. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Death card. I don't know if you're dealing with another Scorpio, but there's something about your energy at the end of May. And we also had almost a Chariot come out. So that would be Cancer energy. Yeah, there's going to be an ending and a beginning. I don't know if there's an ending to a job. This is almost like the Five of Pentacles to me. There's just an ending. You're not going to be collaborating or working or teaming up with anyone that at the end of May that involves betrayal. You know, you just can't. The full moon in Scorpio completely changed that. You have clarity now of the heart. All right, victory, truth. You were indecisive. There was a heavy indecision at the first 2 weeks of May. But when that truth came in, and that broke your heart, the truth broke someone open here, gave them intellect at a heart and mind level. Like, the things that you committed to that were heavy, Scorpio, you may release a heavy home environment burden. That might have been the decision. I know there's been a lot of fighting. I know you don't want to fight anymore. You just want to be happy. So you're gonna follow clarity in the light. Things that you do have clarity over, things that don't make you question and play mind games with you, you know. And I love that this is what you're ending on. You know, basically a collaboration money situation. Now watch out for this, because this could be, yeah, definitely the ending to a job or something like that. But to me, this looks like there's going to be, I don't know, there might be a third party is what I was going to say. All right, so it doesn't matter, Scorpio. We know you in May, go into June with some kind of teamwork situation that's changing in some way. Might be ending, might be beginning. You might work with a Scorpio. The people you work with at the end of May, the people you collaborate with financially are important. Okay, your job, your work, some kind of plan, contracts, all that's important. I trust that I can leave you here though, Scorpio, because we have the Page of Swords, and to me that means that the whole May, you're the spy. Scorpios are spying. You guys are inquiring even more information than Gemini about this. You're waiting on some kind of news to come in. You're waiting for the truth about what you invested, and you're also gonna pick a path for yourself where you can stand up for your new direction for your life going into June, where you're put at a more confident. You know, you might be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, or maybe there's just the moon here is hiding the direction you're going in. There's definitely a message to a Pisces here or a Cancer, and that's happening in the future. There may be travel. There may be secret communication here. Someone's afraid to move forward, but you will. I have confidence that you're going to choose growth instead of comfort. You know, you just need to figure out where you stand, and you need to put your focus there. But I'll tell you what, you definitely gathered certain important facts. If you look back on May, there was definitely certain energy you found through investigation and through spying that gave you clarity, and there may even be messages of truth that come in. But again, you know, what would love do? For some reason that would help you out to ask periodically as we move into June. If there is a relationship that was not built on truth, or that you were collaborating with that wasn't clear enough, that is going to be changing. Okay, there seems to be something you saw or something you've seen while spying, or maybe it's just your intuition, Scorpio, but you've got the truth here, okay? So thanks, guys. If you have any questions, please comment below. I do offer personal readings, so check my description box for that. But other than that, I'll talk to you guys in June, okay? Bye!